I got to talk transfers first and foremost for your respective sides. Brentford, I think, have dominated the news on this front for the past week or so because Christian Eriksen, Jay, you broke the story. You were the first in the entire world to break it. And I remember what happened during the Euros, of course. How likely is this a deal to go ahead? And is it a win-win for everybody?
So, yeah, like you said, when I broke the story last Monday, I was just under the impression that Brentford had basically offered Christian Eriksen a deal, but that he had several other offers on the table and he was kind of weighing up what the best move for him was. And very excitingly, we've had a little bit of traction over the weekend and he's basically agreed to move to Brentford. Obviously, that's incredible news. It could potentially be certainly the biggest transfer of the January transfer window. But I think more importantly, it's just a sensational comeback from, those harrowing scenes that we all witnessed during Euro 2020. But having said that, the complexity of this deal all lies in the medical situation. It's not as simple as he just rocks up for his medical, he gets cleared by the doctors and he's ready to play. He's going to have to be cleared and assessed by a sports cardiologist. The FA will have to approve the deal. The Premier League will have to ratify it. There are just going to have to be so many extensive medical checks because I think the situation we want to get to is that he can safely play football again. We don't want it to be a scenario where he comes back, he plays a couple of times for Brentford, and then he makes the decision to retire because, he can't deal with the stress. But in terms of from a narrative perspective, it would be absolutely phenomenal if he does come back and everything goes really well. And I think what I've tried to say to a lot of people is that this deal makes sense from both parties. Eriksen gets an opportunity to, revive his career at a club who are in a decent position in the Premier League table at the moment. So he wouldn't necessarily have an instant pressure to perform if he went to a different team. And also Brentford have struggled to create chances from open play this season. So why not go out and sign one of the best playmakers in Premier League history?
Yeah, what do you make of this, Michael? Because Jay rightly says Brentford aren't in a massive relegation dogfight, unlike Norwich. sorry, no offense there, but I'm just trying to be as factual as possible. But they're also not a team that's competing for a spot in Europe and the pressures that come with that. And also the possibility he might not actually play much. So it's a good middle ground for him. Plus, of course, the Danish connection is there.
Yeah, I must admit, as soon as I saw Jay's initial line, which was a fantastic get, by the way, so well done, Jay. I think it made such sense in so many different ways. And I think it's a real balancing act, isn't it, between what Christian can achieve and what he can do and what he can bring with the realities of the situation of what he went through in the summer and how you make that work and how he has an environment where, his own health can still be the priority. So it's, for me, I think it does seem to enable a real balance between both of those things happening quite clearly. I mean, if he finds some form, then and the role he could play at Brentford, it could be an absolute game changer for them in terms of what they could do going forwards. And I imagine someone like Ivan Toney would love to be playing in front of someone like Christian Eriksen. So that would be phenomenal. But likewise, just that freedom, I think, for him to have the chance to get himself back if everything works out with the transfer, I think that would be wonderful. And in terms of goodwill, I think that's all anyone actually in world football probably wants to see.
Exactly. I think I speak for all of us when I say as long as his health comes first, that is a priority, and he's not endangering himself, then we wish you all the best, Christian Eriksen.